Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, and welcome, 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 everybody.
Hello, hello, and welcome, welcome, welcome.
How's everybody today? We're going to get this show on the road. This is Mo Money Terry for Illinois, tracking the Illinois lottery. All right, how you doing, Thunderhawk? Glad to have you with us today. Glad to have you here. Tracking the Illinois lottery from evening draws. I specialize in evening draws, but PICK-3 at a glance work for all states. Okay. What I do is I take 22 numbers, do the 1-1 rundown on 22 numbers, and I have all 1,000 numbers in their possible combinations with only 22 columns. We had the 5, 4, 3 to come in for Illinois' evening draw. Also, I have an acronym of OPPB. Be organized, be patient, be persistent, and have a budget. Be smart, play smart. That is the key that I've used that successfully helped me get in the winner's circle with PICK-3 in Missouri, and now I'm in Illinois. Working with their system with the wild ball. I had a little bit of time with the wild ball in Missouri, but I'm adjusting with it in Illinois. And like only thing I can see kind of that the numbers are running slower right now. So from the rotation. But as I go on, I'll show you what I'm talking about more of how the numbers are rolling. So if you're new with PICK-3, I use the 1-1-1 rundown. The 1-1-1 rundown. That's the only rundown that you have to be concerned with. And I do the 1-1-1 rundown on the 5-4-3 that came in last night in Illinois. Okay. And here it is. 1-1-1 rundown. Hope everybody can see this. I think you can. It's 1-1-1 5-4-3. And you add 1 to the 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 9, you're going to get 10, but you only use the 0 and on the right-hand side and not the 1 on the left-hand side, because in lottery math, you can only use single digits to work with to try to come up with a algorithm or strategy to winning. And that's what everybody uses, just single numbers. You add 1 to 0, you get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. And 1 to 4, you're going to get 5. Same number at the top, you get at the bottom. All right? Now, you add 1 to the 4, you're going to get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 8. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you're going to get 9. 1 to 9, you're going to get the 0 again. 1 to 0, you're going to get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. And 1 to 3, you're going to get 4. Same number at the top. At the bottom, you get the top. You add it correctly. Same here with the 3. You're basically going to count down, and you're going to add 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And like I said before, when you get to the 9, you're going to use the 0. Then you're going to add 1, 2, and 3. That's simple. Same number at the bottom here, you get at the top. 1 plus 1 makes 2. That's all this is. And if you're adding it and you don't get the same number at the bottom that you get at the top, add it again. You don't get the same number at the bottom, you get the top. Buy you some quick picks, because I can't help you on this channel. Because this is the simplest I can get it. I hated math in school. I hate it. I don't usually like to say hate. Math was very difficult for me, so I didn't do well in math. So I just try to keep everything easy when it comes to math for me. And the 1-1 rundown was the best thing I came up with. So what this 1-1-1 rundown does, what it is accomplishing, is with those 22, and here's the winning number for the day. This is the winning number that you do the 1-1 rundown on. Okay. And then with those 22 base numbers I told you about to make the 22 columns, one of those 22 base numbers will always be in the rundown. All right? Will always be in the rundown. And as you practice doing this, you'll memorize those base numbers pretty much, which I did over time. I just memorized them, so I knew where the base number was. I knew what column the winning number was in. So what I did here, I know that it's this 210. All right, but it's going to show as 012. Because all the numbers are in numerical order from the smallest to the largest. All right. So it's going to show 012, and I know that's going to be under column 1. All right. We go to column 1 here on the master sheet. The master sheet is strategy number 1 that I do the 22 numbers and make the 22 columns on, okay? And you're going to go to column 1, which is this 012. You're going to go down and you're going to find the 3, 4, 5. And see, there it is. 3, 4, 5. But it's the same as the 5, 4, 3, because that 3, 4, 5 is a single and it can come 6 different ways. And what you're going to do, what I do is just circle it. You're going to circle it. That lets you know that the number came in for the month. All right. And it looks like here I got a check mark for the 5, 6, 7. Pretty sure it came in. But you will just circle it and bam, you're done. Each one of these columns, when the number come in, you'll mark them off. And at a glance, you'll know what column the number fell off of and when it came in. Okay? And each one of these numbers here represents 60 numbers at a glance. You got 60 is 12 numbers. You got 12. Let me move it over some. You have 12 times 60 equals 720 of those 1,000 numbers you're looking at a glance on 12 little columns. And you'll always know what's going on with those numbers. Always. No problem. Okay? Now, with doing the 1-1 rundown here, like I have here, there's an app that you can use. It's called PICK-3 Rundown. And with this PICK-3 Rundown app here, you can do the same thing in a matter of seconds, really. All you're going to do is when you download the app onto your phone, you just hit it. And what it does, it shows you who designed the app. It's called Blind Squirrel. You'll see that. And all you do is enter the winning number, which is the 543. 543. And then you're going to do the 1-1, hit the 1-1-1 rundown. Because you can use any of those 1,000 numbers to make a rundown out of And what they do is try to use that to accumulate, get a combination of numbers that they can use to try to figure out what numbers come the next day. Pick-3 at a glance strategy is not based off of next day hitting. There's nothing that really out there going to show you what's coming the next day. I use the 1,000 numbers, track all 1,000 numbers, and use the law average to my advantage to winning, to add value to the combination of numbers that I want to play. Okay, so we're going to do the 111 rundown. Hit it here. And what you're going to do, you'll see that it did the rundown for you. See here, you got the 654. You got the 765, the 876, the 987, the 098, the 109, the 210, the 321, the 432. All done for you. And all you're going to do is, since you know, you'll just find that 012 and go to the column and find your winning number that came in. Now, the only reason you wouldn't find your winning number in the rundown here is if the winning number is actually one of the base numbers that came in for the day. For example, let's say here, I'm going to clear it. Let's say that the 012 came in and it came in another way, like it came 210 or something. And you do the 111 rundown on it, it ain't going to show up down here because it's the actual base number. So what you would do is mark off the actual base number. I had a subscriber point that out to me. She was trying to find the base number down there and couldn't find it because it was the actual base number that came in. So what you would do is mark off the actual base number, the 012. That'll let you know that that number came in. Okay? Now, each one of these columns here is 60 numbers. I want you to remember that. So, at a glance, if you take these 12 numbers, this 012, this 013, which I call the base numbers, this 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, and 037. Do the 1-1 rundown on, make you 12 columns. You have 720 of those numbers at a glance that you know what's going on with and be able to track them. That's what made me successful with Pick-3. It helped me be more successful and get me in the winning circle. Because I could always know at a glance what 60 numbers didn't play. And as I did these sheets every month, I do a master sheet every month. If one of these columns missed, I would mark it to know that that column didn't play that month at all. And then the next month, if that same column didn't play, now I know there's been 2 months that 60 numbers didn't play at a glance, or 3 months on any of the columns. And so when I win, I don't have to guess what numbers I'm going to play. I'll know what numbers I'm going to play because working with the law average, if you got a column ain't failed in 90 days, more than likely something's going to come off that column. That's how you build a strategy and a skill set. Right here, 720 numbers at a glance. That's just on the singles. And singles can come 6 different ways. The singles can come 6 different ways. If you're a beginner, like this 543 that came in, it can come in as 534. It can come 435. It can come 453. It could come 345, and it can come 354. See here? That gives you 6 different ways that number could come. That's what I call by working with the law average. As the numbers go through the years or through the year, these numbers change places. They have to change places on average. They rotate throughout the year. So that's what you're looking for, and using the 111 rundown to see how the numbers are rotating on the columns and how you would apply those numbers to win. Doubles come 3 different ways, like say 122. It can come as 1. It can come as 212. It can come as 221. That's how you would box, or they call it boxing a number, any number. What it does, it gives you insurance. If you playing this 5, 4, 6 and had to play it for $1 straight to get the grand prize or the jackpot prize, it has to come exactly like that. If it don't, you don't get anything. But with the ability to do any or box a combination, any way of these 6 that it comes, you'll win. You'll get a less of a prize, but you win something. Same way with doubles. If you bet it exact and it don't come exact, you'll lose. But if you insure it or back it up with a box or any way combination, any way that it can come, you win. Okay? Only thing, triples are always exact. So there's no advantage to triples with the combinations and the any orders. But if you're a beginner player, you need to understand that. Okay. And that's master sheet, strategy number 1. And the doubles. Here are the doubles. The double sheet right here. And it's only 10 of those. But you got 9 of the doubles that can come 3 different ways, which each column represents 30 numbers at a glance that you're looking at on the doubles. And you have the triples in column 6 that can only come one way. So you got 9 times 30 equals 270. Then you got the singles again, which is 720. They're going to give you 990. And you got the triples can only come one way. That's going to be 10 of those. So 990 plus 10 gives you your 1,000 numbers all at a glance. You're looking at with 22 columns. And you always know what's going on with those numbers, tracking them. Make it simple and easy peasy. All right. And all you have is 1 and 1,000 odds. The numbers are random. We know that. And you're going to have people say, well, the numbers are random. They're hard to hit. And that's true. I'm not going to argue with them about the numbers being random. But the law average always apply to anything. There's an average of anything. And as you're tracking, you're going to see that PICK-3 also has an average that you can help add value to the combination of numbers you could play without doing the 111, all those different other rundowns that you're trying to figure out what's coming the next day. And when you get those, and if you're not tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, you have no idea why you're playing those numbers and what's going on with those numbers at all. Like the way I was. That's where I was. I'd win, But I'd go to books or I'd go different places and try different combinations. But I got a combination of numbers, but I didn't know what the history or what was going on with those numbers. Here, every time you mark these sheets off and see these numbers and look at these columns, you're going to be learning something about all those 1,000 numbers every time. That puts the ball in your court. And it is a good advantage to know what's going on with those 1,000 numbers just on the master sheet alone. Okay? And I think I call numbers, like in column here is you do the 1-1 rundown on these doubles and you get 001, 002, 003, 004, 005. Triple zeros, like I say, they only come one way. And then 011, 022, 033, and 044. Like I say, OPPB. You got to be organized. You got to be patient. You got to be persistent. You got to stay with a budget. Be smart, play smart. PICK-3 is trackable, teachable, and doable. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So you have to watch the numbers, watch how they're rotating, and when the numbers line up in your favor to play in your state, then you'll know what numbers to play and how it plays and build your bucket list of numbers to play that you'll be able to play throughout the year, that you won't be jumping on and off all these different numbers trying to hit. Because you'll see that a column here, especially on doubles, can take 4 months and a column or 2 columns don't hit. You'll see it. You won't be guessing it on whatever numbers the columns are on. That's how I managed to put PICK-3 at a glance together. Now, we got to do strategy number 2. Strategy number 2, here, I made a triangle because I needed to track pairs where they made sense to me how to track them and keep up with them. So what I did, I didn't know what I was doing. I was experimenting and I put it together and it works. I can track all those 1,000 numbers in those pairs. I think I had one of the subscribers look up how many pairs to 1,000 numbers, and it said like 400, almost 500,000 pairs to 1,000, 1,000 combinations, 1,000 numbers, 1,000 numbers. And I'm like, woo, that's a lot of pairs. And I put it in a triangle where it's easy to track them. So, but how you do it, like that 547 that came, 543 that came out, what you do, you're going to mark off, since you got 3 single numbers, what you're going to do is mark off the 34, which already came this month already, you see. And here, this is the first time that this 35 pair hit all month. You're going to mark it off. And you see that the 45 then hit also. So you put a check mark by it. And you can put it as many times as it hit. I circled it the first time, and then as many times as it come out again throughout the month, I just put a check mark. So I got my eye on what's going on with the numbers. Okay? Now, so you got that covered. And you see that the 45, that's the first time it hit. Now what you're looking at is what numbers are left that we're going to carry over into June. So working with the law average, those are numbers I'm going to be looking at playing or building a skill set or strategy for that following month. All right? Same here. As I mark off numbers, whatever numbers are left is the ones I'm looking at playing. I'm lessening the pool of the numbers to choose from, the combination of numbers that you choose from to play them. Working with the law average. You have to know what the numbers are doing in order to increase your opportunities or chances of winning. Other than that, you playing their game and not your game. If you don't know what's going on with the numbers and how they drawing them and playing them. So you had three separate numbers. So if you got a double per se like this 448, then you got two numbers that are separate. So you got two pairs. So you have the 44 and you'd mark off the 48. It showed that you mark off the 44 and you mark off the 48. Then if you had a triple that played, then you would mark off the triple twos, the double twos rather, because there's only one single number. That lets you know that that pair had failed, even though it failed with the triple. Okay, and how I used this to get in the winner circle. Like I said, I had tracking this, found out that 38 pair hadn't failed for 128 days. 128 days. And what I did, I realized that when I win, I'm going to pick up that 38 pair and do a wheel on it and start playing it. So what I did a 38 pair, and I did a wheel. I call this a wheel. I wheeled the number. And I wheeled it down from 0 to 9. So you do 381, 382, 383, 384, 385, 386, 387, 388, and 389. So any way that this comes down, working with the law average, I win. This is how you build a strategy. This is how you can build a skill set. And you can play this. I would normally, something like this, I normally play a 50 box when I win. And then if I know that I've tracked any of this 3-8 here and how long it's ran or how the front or the back of it ran, which we'll get into, I'll load up on those couple of numbers or that single number that stands out. The 38 stood out to me because I think it was the 38 pair hadn't failed, front or back, and the opposite, the mirror of it hadn't failed. But you build a strategy, a skill set to see what numbers they are. And I loaded up on this 385 and it came out. And that was a big payday for me. Simple strategy. Everything in numerical order, you run it down and you looking and seeing what's going on with them. Call that a wheel. On any pair that come out, that don't come out, you would wheel it, especially if you know it ain't played in 4 months. That's strategy number 2. Then here's strategy number 3. Right here. Single digits. You'll see in the lottery world, people talk about single digits. Okay? Single digits. And then with those single digits, what you have is they'll say, well, they want to know when the digit is code. And I was like, okay, digits are code. Where I'm going to play, what I'm going to do with the digit that I know that it's code. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that digit. So I say, well, I know it's a PICK-3, so let me make 3 columns for those digits. And I did from 0 to 9, and 0 to 9, and 0 to 9 with 3 columns. So with that 5, 4, 3, and this 5, see how many times it hit in front? I marked 5 off in the front, and then I mark off the 4 in the middle, and the 3 on the end. And just like I said before, I'm looking for what numbers that haven't played that I'm going to carry over to next month to play. Because the numbers will rotate out. And you have to watch how they're rotating out in order to win, because you're going with the law average. And as you're doing that, you're going to see that these numbers take 2 months, 3 months to hit, 4 months to hit. That's 3 months is all what, 1/4 of the year. 4 months is 1/3 of the year. So that's why you really can't be on and off these numbers and trying to play and hit every day. Okay? You can't do it. you burn a lot of money up. You burn up a lot of money and won't know why you burning it up. Okay, your money go up in smoke. So what I did here, how I got in the one in the circle here, and it was a big payday. Doing this simple strategy here, and with doing a simple strategy, whatever number's left, I'm gonna go here. I think I'm getting a little ahead of myself. If say the 9 don't hit on the end, I carry it over next month, and I'm playing my daily carry numbers. Like my daily carry over here in Illinois is 927, 729, and 279. Well, the 927 and the 729 and 279. The reason why I added these here, I would add these two here. If the 9 don't fall on the back, I'm definitely gonna play that number as 729 or 279, because the likelihood working with the law average that 9 is more likely to fall on the back just as it is to fall on the front. And if it falls on the back with my number, I'll catch it. But here, with the 7s, doing this strategy here, I realized that 7 hadn't failed, let's say, in April at all. And then now we're in May, and the 7s toward the end of May, like these last 2 days of May, hadn't failed at all. I was looking for, I said, okay, just missed May. I said, well, May, just the 7s didn't fall at all. Everything 7 was blank. And then I said, wait a minute, did I check to make sure if any 7s failed last month? Because I didn't remember if I had checked it. And I went back, and no 7s failed for 2 months with no number. I had never seen that before. That's the kind of stuff I say you pick up on. So I jumped on them 7s right away. Triple 7s for sure. 7-7 front pair if you can play front pair and back pair. 7-7 back, front and back. And then I wheeled those double 7s all the way down like 7-7-0, 7-7-1. So any way a 7 came on a double, which I would figure to be a double, would come along with the triples. And that was a big payday. It came right in 7-7s. That's what I mean by building a strategy and a skill set. You like here, see these double 3s here that ain't hit yet? Now, if they don't hit tonight, anything I'm playing with a 3 something, if I'm playing 303, I'm definitely gonna play this 330, because the double 3s ain't hit on the front at all. Not only that, I can see that double 3s didn't fall last month at all last month. And the 3-3 pair here, if no 3-3 double falls this month, all right? No 3-3 fall this month in Illinois, evening draw, and no double 3 don't fall, I'm going to wheel them double 3s down, like 3-3-0, 3-3-1, 3-3-2, 3-3-4, 3-3-5, 3-3-6, all the way down to 3-3-9, straight box. When I hit, like I say, you always got something to look forward to. Time is on your side because you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. You can see what pair ain't failed. You can see what digit ain't failed and what position. But I definitely gonna play this 3-3 pair on the front. If I don't do nothing but just play the 3-3 pair on the front. Like here. And we'll get into mirroring. This 4-4, and this 9-9, I can see that pair ain't failed. I can see the 9-9 didn't fall none last month. These two mirror each other, working with the law average. One of these two more likely gonna fall next month. If I want to play a double, I'm playing double 9s and double 4s. Not all the doubles, because I got my eye on what I'm gonna play. That's what I would play. And I don't play triples, but I might just, depending on my budget, I might add those 4-4s and 9s on evenings. I know 8-8s came on midday today, I think they did. Quad 8s if you do that fireball, but I don't do triples till the end of the year. I don't even mess with triples until November and December. If no triple to fail all year, because they're too hard to hit. And people spend a lot of money playing those triples. Burn up a lot of money. Okay? And that's how you do that. That's how you can strategize. Like here, that these numbers ain't hit yet. The 00, the 02, the 03, the 05 is another month that it is off. If it don't hit tonight, it won't be any hit. This 09. Then you got the 12, the 13, the 14. These quite a bit of pairs that haven't played that, like I say, with this wild ball, I think it's throwing things off a little bit because it usually be 9 or 10 pairs that maybe don't hit when I've been tracking. But we'll see. I'm gonna see. 16. Then you got the 29 that didn't play. 29 didn't play last month, so it'd be going on 60 days. This is what I'd be looking at. What numbers are 60 days out? That's what I mean. Time is on your side. So I would do, if I hit, I probably would pull this 29 with a run out. I probably would look at the playing loading up on 992 or 292 because neither one of these have failed together and they made up. See what I'm saying? This is how you stretch that outside your build skill set. Can y'all see what I'm talking about? I hope you can see. See this 99 and this 29? I probably would definitely do a wheel on this 29. 290, 291, 292, all the way down to 299. That's what I'm talking about. You'll be seeing a lot of things fall in place when you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And then, like I say, there's 3-3 here, ain't failed 3-3. Let's see what that 3. See, all the 3s didn't fail except for the double 3s here off the column. Let's see what else. We got the full 4 that hasn't failed. Everything fell here. It looked like the 4, 5, 6, 5, 7, 5. Yeah, the 5, 9, everything fell on the 5s. 6, 7, 6, 8. Yep, this column hit. Now you got the 7, 8, and 7, 9 that hasn't played. Okay, 7, 8, 7, 9. See what I'm saying? At a glance, you can see what's going on with the numbers. Now, next thing you're going to have is the front pair, back pair. When I was playing, I couldn't tell where to place some of the numbers and to make things more cohesive. I said, well, I need to know what's going on with the front pairs and the back pairs of those 1,000 numbers when they hit. So I said I'll put together a sheet that I can track the front and back pair of the 1,000 numbers. And here you would mark off the 5, 4 on the front because these numbers top and bottom same. You mark off the 5, 4, which hit already once, so you check it off, and 4, 3 on the back. See if the 4, 3 then fell on the back any of this month or the year. This is a yearly sheet, and you'd circle it. Okay, that way you know what pairs have fell on the front and the back. And once you find that out, what you would do, you made them up. You match them up. And I'll show you how I got in the winner circle again with that strategy, with this strategy. And that's how, toward the end of the year, I'll see what front pairs and back pairs ain't made it up, and I carry them to the next year. 1 year, 527 hadn't failed. That's my brother's birthday. That's the only time I pay birthdays, anniversaries, and stuff is when I didn't track them and know why I'm playing them. A number didn't fail, and then also 5-2 for the whole year hadn't failed on the front, and 2-7 hadn't failed on the back. So what I did, I made that 527 my daily carry for that year. Because it was my brother's birthday, and plus I had tracked it and knew it hadn't failed, and I made numbers up on the front and back that don't fall. Any number that, pretty much, I got them in line. That's part of my strategy. For that year, his birthday was on a Saturday, and at 5, and I loaded up on his birthday because I was carrying it every day anyway. I loaded up on it, and it came out exact as 527, exactly for his birthday, and that was a big payday. See what I'm saying? You know everything that's going on with those 1,000 numbers, and how to use them all at a glance. And this is a yearly sheet that I put the front pair and the back pair together. And then here's another sheet, what I did with the doubles that I'm showing everybody. And these sheets here, you can email me. I can send them out to you on PDF, or you can make it up. You can longhand it. I got a lot of subscribers winning and made them longhand and on all over winning. But if you want the PDF, then you can print them out at home if you got a printer, or you can go to Office Max and print them out, or any office place right off your phone. And here's the doubles. So what I did is I put them in numerical order, organized them, and I mated them up from the front pair to the back pair. Not the front pair, but from the mirrors and the opposite numbers. So I would know at a glance what number and its opposite didn't fail on the doubles, on the 4 columns. And all these in pink have hit already. So for the year, I do this one for the year. So I can know what doubles ain't failed the previous year, and I carry them over to the next year to play to win. Because the numbers rotate out. It takes about 3 years for those 1,000 numbers to rotate out, working with the law average, and you got to be able to track it and see it. So usually what I do, any column that did not hit the previous year, those are my doubles that I look to play. And that's like I say, as you tracking, you come up with something like the 7s that didn't fall for 2 months, or the double 3s on the front that ain't failed now, last month for a month now at all. I'll go back and look, see last time that the double 3s fell on the front, so I have an idea of how long it's been like that. Okay, but see here, all this in pink, I marked off for the year on the doubles. And then if any of these columns that don't have any marks, I carry them over to the following year. And column 5, I don't know if they abandoned that column or what's going on. It hasn't played here now. If today it's going to be like 5 months. Column 5 right here, false triples in Illinois and Missouri. Illinois and Missouri. This is a high column. I don't care what they say. When it hit, it's going to pop on the doubles. Column 5. The only thing that's played off column 5 all this year on evening is this 661. And it came as 616. The only thing. You can go back and look at it. So this is hot. And they false triples. They all the false triples that ain't fail. I haven't checked midday on Illinois, but I don't try to pile up too much. I stick with either evening, I'll stick with midday. I suggest you do the same starting off. But see here, the only thing for the whole year, and that's what I'm talking about with these numbers, and you get acclimated to these columns, you're going to see a column ain't hit in 5 months. That's on the doubles. You'll know what's going on with the numbers. And these are all false triples. 005, 116, 227. And what they mean by, well, I'm going to do mirroring on you. But just look at that. You can do the 005 and do the 11 rundown on it, and you get your false triples. Okay? So let me show you here. And I'm going to show you what mirroring is and flips. And in the lottery world, as a player, you have to understand the difference between mirror and flips, because you have a lot of channels in the lottery world. The interchanging mirrors and flips is very confusing, and it confused me really, really, really bad because they were saying something, and I started saying it, and I was totally wrong about mirrors and flipping. I thought they was the same thing when they're not. They totally give you totally different numbers. And the reason they do that is that mirrors from 0 to 9, number 0 to 9, you have +5. Flips from the number 0 to 9 is a +3. Okay? And all I do is use mirrors with PICK-3 at a glance. Okay? Here, what they call them, these mirrors, they'll call them sister numbers or opposite numbers or mirror numbers. So if you add 5 to the 0, you get 5. 5 to 1, you get 6. 5 to 2, you get 7. 5 to 3, you get 8. And 5 to 4, you get 9. So they would say a 0 is a mirror of a 5. A 1 is a mirror of a 6. 6 is a mirror of 1. 2 mirror of 7. 7 mirror of 2. 3 mirror is a mirror of 8. 8 is a mirror of 3. 4 mirror of 9. 9 mirror of 4, which is fairly easy to understand, okay? It's just like taking the 1,000 numbers. You got the top from triple zeros to 499. And then the bottom, you have 500 to 999, okay? So if, say, I played 012, or you played 012 in your state, and the lottery played 5, 6, 7, they mirrored your number, the 012 you played, or vice versa. You played 5, 6, 7, and they played 012. They just mirrored your number. Same reason being, 0 is mirror of 5, 5, 0 mirror 5, 5 mirror 0, 1 mirror 6, 6 mirror 1, and 2 mirror 7, 7 mirror 2. Simple. 1, 2, 3. The mirror of it, if you played that and they mirrored it, it'd be 6, 7, 8. Or you played 6, 7, 8, then they played the opposite of the mirror would be 1, 2, 3. Same here, 1, 2, 2. If you play 1, 2, 2 and they played 6, 7, 7, they just mirrored or played the opposite or sister number. Then, or you played 6, 7, 7, just be the opposite, 1, 2, 2. Here, if you played triple zeros and they played triple fives, they just played the mirror of, or sister or opposite of the number you was playing. All right? So any single number that come in, if they say something about a mirror, they just added 5 to that number from 0 to 9. Okay? And that's all. This is all I use. I don't use the flips here because to me, I don't know how to use them. I don't understand them, and I don't know how to teach them. I just don't know how. But I do want people to know there is a difference, because they'll say mirrors in lottery world. They'll say mirror when they mean flips, and say flips when they mean mirrors. And you got to be able to follow them. You got to know what they're talking about. Here, you have the +3 to the 0, you're going to get 3. Then +3 to 1, you get 4. 3 to 2, you get 5. 3 to 3, you get 6. 3 to 4, you get 7. 3 to 5, you get 8. 3 to 6, you get 9. 3 to 7, you get 10, but you don't use the 1. In lottery math, you can only use single digits to work with. You use the 0 on the right-hand side. Everything's on the right-hand side you use. 3 to 8, you get 11. You're going to just use the 1 on the right-hand side. 3 to 9, you're going to get 12. You're just going to use the 2 on the right-hand side. Now here, say you play 1, 2, or 1, 2, and the lottery played 3, 4, 5. They just mirrored your number. I'm sorry, not mirrored, flipped it. I'm sorry, scratch that. They flipped the number. And vice versa. If you played the 3, 4, 5, they just flipped your number to 012. Okay? It's 1, 2, 3. If you played the 1, 2, 3, and then see up here, there's 012, in mirror form is 5, 6, 7. As a flip is 3, 4, 5. This 1, 2, 3 is 4, 5, 6. Okay, and the flip of it, like I said, 1, 2, 3. The flip of it is 4, 5, 6. Then there's 1, 2, 2. The flip of it is 4, 5, 5, and triple zeros here now is the flip is triple threes, but here is different. The 1, 2, 3 is 6, 7, 8. The 1, 2, 2 is 6, 7, 7, and then triple zeros is triple fives in the mirror form. So you have to understand that you won't get the same number addition when you do saying flipping a number and mirroring a number. And this here I don't understand, because here it's kind of self-explanatory. 012 would reasonably be the high, the high number and the low number, the 5, 6, 7, the bottom number. It's easy to see that, and here it holds true. Everything holds true, but here it doesn't hold true all the way through, and I don't understand it, because here you got a 4 is the same flip into a 1, and a 1 flips into a 4. Or here it is 8, same thing, does an 8 flips into a 1, and 1 flips into an 8. So that don't hold true to me. So I can't explain it. It's hard to teach. Okay. So in a lot of the world, you really need to know when somebody's saying they flipped a number when they mean they mirrored it, or when they mirrored it, they say they flipped it. Okay. And that's and here, what makes this so valuable for you to understand, working with the law of average, every one of these columns at a glance, you don't have to guess. The people be saying, well, when you play your numbers, be sure to play the mirror or opposite number with it. And I used to do that until I realized I was burning up a lot of money. And I'm like, nah, I ain't playing those mirrors with just any number and not know why I'm playing them. Only way I play a number with a mirror, if I got a column 7 here, column 7, that ain't played in 3 months, and I'm looking for numbers to come off that column that haven't been played yet, like this 018, and I know the mirror of it on this column is 563. I'm going to play those two, because by the law of average, through my run, one of those two and doing my plan going to come out. The 018 working with the law of average, because they haven't came out, especially during the halfway through the year. All these columns, they mirror and they opposites are in each column. And that's what you always want to know, what number and its opposite ain't played. So you'll know when to play them. I only play them when I know a column ain't played in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months with my tracking. Okay? That's the only time I play them. You can do the same with the pairs. If you see that this 4, 6 ain't played, and the mirror of it, the 9, 1, which is 19, ain't played, you looking at doing something with those two, because they mirror each other, and the opposite of them, they're opposite of each other. So one of the two with the law of average will come out. You'll start being able to strategize using the mirrors and how to use them when they don't show up together. Because you can get a column, if it ain't played in 3 months, you could get the 016 and the 129, I'm sorry, the 018 and the let me see, yeah, the 129 and the 563 and the 674 ain't came out. Then you would play those two, or all 4 of them, depending on your budget. Depending on your budget. That's how I do it with my budget. And when I win, I usually load up on building my bucket list. Okay. Here in Illinois, I don't know. my backtracking in Illinois for the month. And then I should have said this earlier. I'm gonna do a QA at the end of the live here. I'm gonna do question and answers at the end of the live. So if you're putting anything in the comments or the chat that I'm not answering, and you can hang on or just leave it in, at the end of the live, I'll go back through and answer the questions on the live, and then you can go back and look at the video again and get to the question and answer section and do it that way. It makes it easier for me to stay focused and stay on track and try to get us all in the winner's circle. That's the main thing, or main reason I'm here for, pretty much. So we can go live like that. And then there's people here that's subscribers that's been with me a long time. They can help explain some of it. Okay. Now, these are the Illinois numbers that I found hadn't came out. So I built me a list of the ones I'm going to play. And we've had the 125 to come out, the 961, the 048, the 084 to come out. These have hit already for the year. Well, since I've been playing, since I've been over here in a couple of months. Now, what I did, I made me a bucket list. This is what I call a bucket list. So when I hit, these numbers is what I'm looking at playing for pretty much the whole year, because I know the history behind these numbers from tracking. I make me a bucket list out of these numbers here that I look to play when I win. These are the main ones I'll be playing. And then when I hit like I want with these, then I'll go back and pick some more of these up. Not jumping on and off numbers every day. Like the 781, the 782, and the 784, they got two like numbers and they didn't play. I play them like that. Now with the knowing the 78 ain't failed this month and I win, I know I'm gonna play the 78s if the 78 pair ain't played. And here, this two like numbers, this 27, 027, 127, 227, 277, 782, 792, right here. These are hot. And then you see why I'm playing my birthday in here too, because I see that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers in it, and none of these have failed all last year on evenings. And then you got this 784 and this 804. The 804, that's why I was playing it, because it got two like pairs that didn't, numbers, two like numbers, individual numbers that hadn't played. And same way I was playing, why I choose these to play, and put these in my bucket list because it had two like numbers, the 6 and the 1 that hadn't played. And then I have here the doubles that hadn't played in Illinois. And here they are. And when we had the 223 to hit exact, we had the 448 hit exact. We had the 515 just come this month twice. We had the 822 to hit for my tracking. Okay, and here it is. These what I build my bucket list for the doubles. Not a whole bunch of numbers to play. OPPB. Be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget. Be smart, play smart. And time is on your side. You ain't got to play every day. Get this down, see what those numbers are doing, and build a skill set, and you'll see what's going on with the numbers. Just track. If you don't play, just track. So when you do get ready to play, you know you might see something which you really know to put. Like I knew them sevens hadn't hit for 2 months. I mean, you'd be crazy not to play something like that. It'd be because you're blind, crypto crazy, or you just ain't got the money. That's the only way I would play it. Okay. Here, but and that's it. I hit the 5-5 because you had the 4-5-5, the 5-5-7, the 2-5-5, the 1-5-5, and the 0-5-5. They hadn't played in that group. Then here I was playing this too because it was hot. That's why I hit the 2-3-3. I mean the 2-2-3 because, like I was telling you, I played mirrors that of that column that didn't fall, and the 7-7-8 and the 7-8-8 and the 2-2-3 and the 2-3-3 didn't fall none last year, and each one of these mirror each other. And usually one or two of those will come out every year. Like, okay, that 7-8 that didn't fall, I might would pick up the 7-8 going into this month, and 7-8 don't hit on tonight. I might look at when I win, picking this up and playing this again. I was just sticking with these four. And the 001 is the 011, and the 004 and the 044. That's my bucket list of numbers. Then when I get through with these, or I hit and I feel they didn't played out, I'm going back up here to pull my numbers, depending on what I see from my tracking. Okay, and then the front pair and back pairs that hadn't failed Illinois last year. This 04, it came 047. I hit that. It came 047. And then 05 hasn't played yet. The 65 hasn't played on front. Then the 798 came because the 79 hadn't played on front. Then on the back, there's a 02 hadn't failed, and it came in. And it's 07, it's 30, it's 81, and it's 97. Now they're way behind on these back pairs here. Okay. Well, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and these here too on the front. But this is only failed once on the front for this year, and this is only failed once on the front this year. And I think there's 02 on the back. And that's why I mean it seems to be running slow to me. For it to be already into June, going into June, I would have thought one of these two would have been a hit on the back for sure. But like I said, I'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. Okay. And what you have to do, like I did, I took a master sheet and I took this master sheet when I got to Illinois, and when I did, I went back for a whole year on one master sheet, eliminating numbers to see how to get these numbers to play. That's what I did with my spare time. I went back, eliminated the numbers so I knew what singles hadn't failed and what doubles hadn't failed. And then I took my front pair, back pair sheet to see what front pair and back pair hadn't failed. But it's going to be valuable. Once you do that, that's the heavy lifting. After that, it's all smooth sailing when you start tracking from year to year. Hello, hello, family, hello. Okay, and I'm going to show you the best way to get that data is, I don't know if you're familiar with the lottery post. I'm going to show you the lottery post and how to use it. Let me go back here. You get the Lottery Post app. It's right here. Open it up. I guess you can Google the Lottery Post app, and you're gonna go to must have been open before. See, maybe I better do it this way here. That way I know where to start recharge. Let's try it here. You're going to do the Lottery Post app. And what you're going to do is go to results. Okay. And with the results, you're going to go to your state. I'm going to Illinois. Okay. And then right here, you get the results. You see that Triple H came in for midday. And the 453 that we just went over. And down here where it says PICK-3 calendar, you hit that. And then it's going to give you the calendar for the whole year for 2024. And what you would do, you'd do the 1-1 rundown on these numbers, starting in January, go back and get the data, and start marking these numbers off your master sheet. That's what I did this, when I put this sheet together, I went back 2 years. And I didn't have the app. I didn't have the app to help me, the PICK-3 rundown app. And but it wasn't that bad, because once I realized what the 22 numbers was, it was easy to find, to mark them off. And here's February. Then you got March, April, May, and then we're going into June. And that gives you up to June. Then if you want to go back, you can go back 6 months. But the farther you go back, the more numbers you're going to eliminate. So you know what numbers are really left to play. But if you're in your state. Okay, so let's go back to how to get to 2023. If you want to get to 2023, you go back to the top and see where it says year over here. You're going to tap that and the window should come down. And that window comes down, you're going to tap on 2023 and it should take you. Now what it's going to do is just going to give you a year's worth of data. It's not going to give you all that data all the way back continuously from year to year. And all you need is a year's worth of data. And what we have here, and it tells you it only gives you so much data unless you sign up and pay for premium. They call it gold and platinum, like that. But it does give you a year's data. And you're going to see these blank stars here for, the months you can't have access to. And then they're going to get you into May. Okay, so they give you the data for May of 2023 for the last couple of days. And then you go here. You got June of 2023, July, August, September, October, November, and December. And that's all the data you need. Okay? In your state, for your state. Like I said, I've done it all for Illinois, so if you follow me in Illinois, go back and try it to yourself and learn, because you might see something that I might miss. And if you see something I might miss, it could make a big difference for you in your winnings too. But I can help point you in the right direction. The only other thing I got here that I have to beat on a little bit, and I don't like to say beat on. Let me see. And this how I play, and this my budget I stick to, because I don't want to burn my money up. When I hit, I know what I'm gonna do. As you go through, for Illinois, I played a 927 because that's like I said, didn't fall last year evening on my birthday. Is my birthday number, and I realized that 7-9 didn't play on the front, and the 9-7 didn't play on the back. I played this straight box, and I played this 50-cent straight, and I played this 227 and this 277 off of column 5 that ain't failed in 5 months. I know that, and I played that play those 50. So my average day is like $3 daily play. And that's less than a pack of cigarettes. And plus, I don't smoke, drink, or chase women, so I have a little chump change to play with. Okay. And then when I want to add a little extra change, I'll play the front and back pair over in Illinois for 50 cent front and 50 cent back. That's my strategy there. To stay within a budget, to stay within range. And just, like I say, time is on my side. I just wait them out. It's not how often you hit, it's how you play the game. I mean, if I wait and win $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 when I do play, I ain't tripping off too much. Okay. All right. And like I say, only playing triples. At the end of the year, that's when I play triples. I don't even trip off triples because you don't know when they're gonna pop up. That's like I said. You tracked it down. I'll show you how I hit the triple eights in 2022, and how when I do play my triples, how I hit them. We're going to use the front pair, back pair chart. And that's how I look to play my triples. That's why I don't worry about them till the end of the year. In 2022, double eights on the front didn't fall but once in January of 2022. And they hadn't fell on the front or back. That's when I put my eye on them because I'll be watching everything, front or back, for the whole year all the way up to December, pretty much, December. So I said, okay, triple eight's got to be that triple that I want to play. And that's what I did. I added triple eights to my bucket list when I hit. And then I also realized by knowing the mirrors in the front and the mirrors and stuff, I knew that the double threes hadn't played also on the front or the back. So I know the threes or the eights they mirror each other. One of the two had to come. So I told my subscribers about that, and a lot of them hit the eights with me. That's building a skill set and a strategy. You ain't gonna see that with the different tic-tac-toes, date sums, root sums, grids, and flips, and all that. You're not gonna see that. You got to put the ball in your court by tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, tracking the front pair, the back pair, single pair, and single digit to put the ball in your court. That's how I do it. That's how I get in the winner's circle. That's how I get my paydays, my big paydays when I win. No. And that eight, I would have never seen that. Just like I would have never seen the triple sevens. And the nines, I played them because they hadn't played midday or evening that's the only time I played midday and evening in Missouri, because nines hadn't played for 9 years, midday or evening, when I went to tracking back. Because sometimes I had data. I got data all the way back to 2005 from Missouri. So I went back to track the triple nines and seen that they hadn't failed for 9 years, midday or evening. I got on them and won them. But and I was playing them all year. They said they don't come in year 10, I'll quit. But I was playing them for year 10, and they came in year 10. And then we're going to talk about the hindsight. If something working for you is working, but luck runs out. If you ain't tracking all 1,000 numbers, to me, it's luck. Everything's going to be luck. It's all luck. I ain't saying it's luck. It's strategy. With PICK-3, I'll say you can do a strategy and be a skill set. You can do that. And here I say all the different tic-tac-toes and grids and stuff is mostly hindsight strategies where they say, well, they're going to do a rundown or a tic-tac-toe on the winning number to come in and see what number might come the next day or the next month or whatever, however they do it. And I used to do this stuff, you know, and I don't think I really won. Most of my winning was off guessing the numbers. And that was far and in between. And I didn't have no idea why I was playing them. I didn't never win with these tic-tac-toes and all the different rundowns. Most of mine were related to toward tracking the numbers. I was always geared toward the tracking, but I didn't have a complete system of how to do it until I came up with PICK-3 at a glance. So what they do is to say this 901 was the winning number for the day. So what they do is add 1 going counterclockwise to that number. And they like add 1 to 1, you get 2, 1 to 2, you get 3, 1 to 3, you get 4, 1 to 4, you get 5, 1 to 5, you get 6, 1 to 6, you get 7. So right here, you're supposed to get a combination of numbers that you're looking at that you might can play the next day that would be coming in. And to some of them, a lot of them they credit, they say, well, do your own research and stuff, which is understandable because they know too that this is just not going to show you everything you need to see to win. So what you would do is take, and some tell you that, some don't, but here's parallel. You're going to do what's going here parallel. There's 943, there's 402, there's 671. Then you go horizontal to get your combination of numbers. Then you go from corner to corner, get your combination of numbers you're looking at playing. And then out of those combinations of playing numbers, you're supposed to know what number possibly would be coming out. But you don't know if you ain't tracking. Nothing's going to add value to you just knowing these numbers here. And then here, so say you come up with these numbers here, and none of them are the winning numbers for the next 2, 3, 4 days a week. And then say this number, say the next day this number here does come out, and most of them you hear them say that this 948. First thing they say, oh, it was in there all the time. I just didn't mirror this 3 and make it an 8. I didn't add 5 to that 3 to make it an 8. No, what happened? You didn't know why you was playing the number. That's what happened when you do it this way. It's hindsight. If you got 0 to 9 numbers, if you can mirror or flip any of those numbers, you're gonna come up with 90% of these numbers every time. If you can mirror or flip any of them, you only have 9, 0 to 9. You can't, how you not be able to find it, or diangle it here, or going this way. Say here it is right here, 507. It was right here, and I didn't play it because you didn't know why you was playing the number. Or they'll say, okay, 946 came in. Oh, there it was right in front of my face, right there. There it was. I should have flipped that and added a 3 and made it a 6. You're going to be able to get it 95% of these numbers every time. Pretty much 90% of the time. If you can change any one of those 0 to 9 numbers, you can't help but find it. That's why they say, well, make yourself associated with flips and mirrors. Make yourself associated with knowing what numbers are really doing. The 1,000 numbers. That's what you do. Okay? So anybody got a want to see me on that or want to ask me more about that, let me know. Because you can get 95% of those numbers if you're going to flip a mirror 0 to 9 numbers. All right, family. Let's do the Q&A. See, I think I covered pretty much everything here. Okay. let's see. Let me go. I'm gonna thumb through here and see what questions we have. Give me a second here. Trying to set up. Set it up. Okay. I got this here, here. Got this here, here. One more thing I gotta do here. Alrighty. Make sure everybody can see. All right, let me see what we got here. Q&A. Yep. Okay, I hear you, Hassan. Tonight. Money Mark. Who's Money Mark? If you're talking about Illinois, I just put up the numbers that I'm playing for Illinois. I'm state specific for Illinois. But like I say, PICK-3 glance, when you're doing your tracking and build up your sheets, works for any state. Yep. Yep. Stand on the cold ones. Okay, I do the same thing with the 7 day stretch. Yep. That way, if I'm out of town or for some reason I can't play, I usually roll a 7 day stretch, depending, especially when I hit and I know my number's coming in. All right, you got any more questions? Once you start tracking, you're going to see a whole lot. I guess I don't know what's going on. The chat's been quiet, but it's 12 people showing, look like, but I don't know whether YouTube has anything to do with that or not. But I know when I go back and look at a lot of content on other channels years ago, it used to be a lot of chatting, a lot of, well, not only chat, but a lot of comments in general on content. But you don't see near as much comments on the content anymore. So, but I guess I don't know. I don't know why you don't see as much content. But I get most of people email me or call me anyway. But the chats work good. They really do. To get the exposure, the lives. I think they're doing better with the lives with YouTube. I think YouTube want to focus on people doing more lives. But thank you for your support and thank you for being here. I'm glad you got it down. I see, nephew. I don't know if I intend to. I don't know if they're getting alerts. I'm out because I know a lot of people don't get alerts because I know a lot of people I have subscribed to, and I have my alert bell on, and it hardly ever goes off when they're on. So, you know, And then right now, YouTube probably got their hand filled with this election year because they having a lot of people contacting them about issues they having with their channels and stuff like uploads are slow. My uploads taking almost 24 hours to be uploaded on a live, and used to then be that. But I'm pretty sure if they having the problems that everybody is having short help and then overload too, then I can understand what's going on. I used to be in management dealing with people and working shorthanded and trying to make things happen. So I think that's what a lot of their stuff is right now is they're shorthanded, and it's an election year that they might not been prepared for, what's going down YouTube, because, in it's communication game. I don't know how to even keep up. It'd be me. I'd have been through my hands up on what they doing. I know what they going through. All right, everybody. That's it. I'm gonna call it night. I hope everybody have a lovely day and enjoy this last day of the month. And we're gonna go into June, I guess, with a bang, a good bang. All right. So play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. If you're tracking, you soon be packing in Lucky Town and OPPB. Be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, play smart, be smart, and play smart.